Now, let's talk, shall we? Social care, because that's what all people do, really, don't they? They talk about it. We have plans, commissions, white papers, reviews, you name it, proposals. Nothing really ever, though, seems to get done, does it? I'm going to come straight to you on this one, because we can sit and we can list all the different you can wallpaper your entire apartment complex with your white papers. There's been that many of them. Nothing really ever moves on. Do you think, my question is tonight, that any politicians really are serious about fixing social care?
I mean, we can only work out whether or not the Labour Party is, if they get in power and they actually act on that. I think it's a little unfair to sit here and go, well, of course the Labour Party is... You can only work that out once they get into power.
No, that's not true. Because,
I think that is true.
No, because they could have fixed it previously when they were in power.
Well, we weren't talking about it so much back then, were we? It wasn't such a pressing issue. And now this, I mean, although I would actually say that that is perhaps part of the reason why we find ourselves in the issues that we currently are, and that is that politics for far too long in this country, on both sides, has been too reactive. It has not been about proactivity. And, you know, we're talking about listing all the different papers and discussions about social care. I could list all the different issues that governments across the sector have, you know, taken issues and kicked the can down the road, from the NHS to energy. You name it, that's what we do in this country very badly. So do we actually take it seriously? I would argue no, because actually we like to talk, as you point out, lots and lots we like to hear from everybody's different opinion. We take a lot of time, we spend a lot of money on finding the facts, and then when we have the facts, which are often competing sets of facts, we do very little, because we have competing lists of special interests who are not prepared to bow or bend or negotiate on certain things. And I think the thing that it always comes back to for me is housing and planning and building. Actually, one of the major issues with social care is capacity. Now, you know, that's the same as the housing crisis. If you're not building the capacity, you're always going to have issues. And, you know, this is why it links as much to old people as it links to young people. We don't build enough facilities, we don't build enough houses, we don't invest enough in our railway, we don't invest enough in our energy infrastructure. If you don't do these things, you're going to get a bottleneck at some point where the quality of the social care is poor because the resources that you have to work with is poor. And I think that that is perhaps the main thing that I would say to both Labour and the Tories. Actually, are you serious about things like planning laws? Are you actually serious about investing in infrastructure and streamlining that? Rather than just abstractly saying social care, the NHS, I would say that. Planning. You solve that, you solve an awful lot of issues that are affecting many other areas of society. That would be the question that I would want answered.